What if exams weren't a mystery, but a system you could actually read and control? In this module, you'll see where marks are quietly lost, how examiners really reward answers, and how strategy can raise your score without learning any extra content. You can know plenty of content and still walk out with disappointing marks. That's because exams don't just test knowledge, they test performance under pressure. In this course, you'll stop letting the exam control you and start taking control of how you perform in the exam. Picture every exam as a bucket filled with potential marks. Your final grade isn't about how big the bucket is, it's about how many marks leak out through avoidable mistakes. Misreading, leaving blanks, running out of time, these are leaks, not a lack of ability. So instead of only asking, how many marks did I get? Start asking, how many did I throw away and why? Those marks really disappear on the hardest questions. They drain away in ordinary places. Questions you never reach, questions you misread, answers you leave half done, and solutions that are right in your head but unclear on paper. In this course, we'll focus on plugging those leaks one by one. In every exam, some marks are like coins on the floor and others are like diamonds on a mountaintop. Both raise your score, but the effort is completely different. Easy marks come from quick, familiar questions with low risk. Hard marks are slow, confusing, or very tricky. Smart strategy means collecting as many easy marks as possible before you start chasing difficult ones. A major exam trap is misallocating your effort. You spend ages wrestling with one tough question, earn a few marks, and quietly lose several easy ones to the clock. Time in an exam is like money. You want the best value per minute. A strategic student asks, where will these 15 minutes buy me the most marks? And spends their time there. You can think of exam results as a simple machine. One gear is content, how well you understand the subject. The other gear is performance, how you manage time, pressure, and strategy in the exam hall. When both gears turn together, you get strong results. But if content is high and performance is weak, that machine still produces disappointing grades. Imagine two students who know the subject equally well. One jumps straight into the hardest questions, gets stuck, panics, then rushes the last part of the paper and leaves easy marks behind. The other quietly picks up all the easy marks first, watches the clock, switches questions when progress slows, and uses the final minutes to catch errors. Same knowledge, different outcome. Your goal in this course is to become that second student. Think of exam performance like fitness. Nobody says, I'm bad at push UPS forever. They just train the muscles. Here, the muscles, reading speed and precision, time allocation, and resilience under stress. Each one can be strengthened with specific drills, not vague, study harder advice. As these three areas improve together, the same knowledge suddenly produces higher marks. So if your scores aren't where you want yet, it isn't a fixed label. It simply means your exam fitness hasn't been trained yet. To improve your next exam, you first need to know exactly how you lost marks in the last one. We'll use a simple self audit. Every lost mark gets one tag. K is knowledge, you genuinely didn't know it. M is misread, you misunderstood the question. T is time, you ran out or had to rush. C is careless, a silly or avoidable mistake. Now, think of yourself as a game character with a dominant weakness. Some of us are rushers. We race, finish early, and drop marks to silly errors. Others are panickers. Our brain locks. and questions stay blank even when we knew them yesterday. And some are perfectionists. We overwrite, overexplain, and lose time needed for easy marks. You might be a mix, but one style usually dominates. Once you name it, you can target the fix. Most marks are lost through three simple gaps. First, starting to write with no plan. So time disappears and some questions never get covered properly. Second, misreading or half reading questions and answering what you assume is being asked. Third, leaving no time to review. Average students just write. High performers always plan before they commit. Treat yourself like a player in a game who's about to level up. You need a clear starting profile. First, write down two real weaknesses in how you take exams, not in how smart you are. It might be rushing, freezing, or running out of time. Next, rate your content knowledge and your exam skills separately from 1 to 10. This number isn't a judgment, it's your baseline, so you can actually see improvement over time. You can think of your exam journey in three levels. Level 1 is awareness. You now see how exams really work and you've started to notice your own patterns and weak spots. Level 2 is strategy, clear rules, time management formulas, and decision flowcharts that tell you exactly what to do under pressure. Level 3 is mastery, running full simulations, refining your personal playbook, and turning these rules into habits. From this point on, we'll focus on strategy so you can move steadily toward mastery.